Well, welcome to another episode of The Sprout, where we are showing all of the ways that Richland is bringing redemption and innovation through education in our community. Today on the show, I have Andy, who works out at Richland, and he is here to talk to us about the TCCI partnership and your engineering program. So welcome, Andy.
Thank you.
You for coming. I would love for you to start with introducing yourself and your role at Richland.
Yes, my name is Andy Hynds. I serve in a dual role as Dean of Math and Sciences and also as Executive Dean of Academics.
Okay. And can you explain to me what is your function in that role?
So as Dean of Math and Sciences, I oversee a variety of the college programs. My areas are mainly on what I would call the STEM half of the transfer degrees. I oversee math, physical and life sciences, engineering, criminal justice, psychology, sociology, and economics, and phys ed.
Wow. It sounds like a lot to maintain and to look over, but I love the diversity in the classes that you just explained.
Yes, it is fun to learn new things as I explore these classes.
Yeah. So, we've been hearing a lot around this partnership with TCCI, and I was wondering if you could help us with telling us how it started. Where did this come up?
So this came from an initiative from the governor's office. There's been a push in Illinois to have more careers in emerging fields in clean energy.
Okay.
And TCCI, located here in Decatur, has been a partner with the state in doing so. One of the main accomplishments in recent years has been with more of, I think they're called compressors.
Okay.
I'll admit not being an expert in this, but compressors that are green, that use more green technology. Mm-hmm. If you go around Decatur and you see the buses, most of the city buses have new technology on top of them that has the newer compressor that is cleaner, more environmentally friendly way of producing things.
Okay.
And with that comes a need for more workers who are skilled in creating this technology, making sure that it's at production and at scale.
Okay.
And this requires a number of different areas. One is that we need to have more people who are in the shop creating the parts in what we will call engineering technology, which is engineering focused, but is more on the hands-on side of it, such as operating CNC machinery, operating electrical systems, operating these new technologies. They're not as simple as pushing a button. They do require a little bit more of the skill sets to know how they operate, know how they work from the inside.
Okay.
There also is a greater need for engineers, for people who have completed their full 4-year engineering degree, who are doing the design work on the back end.
Okay.
So with this need for more workers, TCCI approached Richland about doing more training in 2 ways. One is, again, to get to have more people to go through our engineering tech program, get that 2-year degree, be able to be floor ready right away.
Okay.
And also to have more students who begin our transfer engineering degree and then transfer to a place like University of Illinois, NIU, ISU, and other schools to complete their engineering degree and then come back to the area to serve as engineers.
Okay. So with that, is your partnership with TCCI, I can see the need for more engineering. My goodness. I mean, you see clean energy initiatives everywhere, and the buses, I remember whenever they changed a couple of years ago, or I mean, it wasn't too long ago, and you can see the difference with it. So what does it look like with TCCI? Do the students go there and work, get hands-on learning? What is the partnership there look like?
So in terms of the physical space, one of the main accomplishments is that there is a new innovation hub that has been completed. Mm-hmm. This was a public-private partnership between TCCI, State of Illinois, and Richland. It is a new space that has some dedicated classrooms for classroom work.
Okay.
And people can learn in the classroom, but also go onto the floor into the new environments, such as there's a new wind tunnel that has been created so they can do some hands-on work with seeing how it works, how the things such as wind resistance, airflow are done. It's a space that's dedicated where Richland teachers can be there teaching the content and students can be there learning the content. That's one big part of it. There also is work being done where students or employees of TCCI can have further training to upskill in their areas as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
So it isn't only students who maybe aren't working there yet, but you're providing further education for the employees?
Yes.
Okay. So is the cohort or the innovation hub that you're speaking about, is that required for all of your engineering programs, or is it more specifically directed towards students who are interested in going into a specific area?
So it is something that is provided for all of our students. It is not a firm requirement to go there as part of our engineering degree, but we do have, through a number of different options, ways that students can complete coursework there and learn more hands-on while they're there.
Yeah. I love it. You know, one of the things that we really admire about Richland is that they have such innovative ways, I think, of getting into the community. And there's so many different programs or initiatives or partnerships that they're involved with that honestly, like, you wouldn't necessarily think of, right? And I think it's neat that it isn't only a classroom thing that you're trying to get these engineering students prepared for, but you're also partnering and getting them some of that hands-on experience there. You know, with creating this program, how do you see it impacting our community?
So I think with this kind of a program, we are finding a way for individuals who want to go into these high STEM fields, and STEM is science, technology, engineering, mathematics, showing them that there are jobs available in those fields. We are fortunate in Decatur to have a high industry, both in manufacturing and in agriculture. And both of those areas require a high skill set. So I think by doing this, we're showing individuals, whether they're current high school students or they're currently in mid-career or looking to have a change, whatever that is, if they have that skill set or the desire to grow that skill set, there are careers available through higher education, starting at Richland, possibly going on to a university. And more than likely, they can find careers back here in Decatur to grow our industry in these areas.
That's amazing. It sounds like you guys are trying to create a pipeline for the workforce even within our community.
Yes.
Right? So it isn't just educating our students and sending them off, but kind of getting them straight out the door, implemented to careers and jobs here. You know, with the idea of engineering, and you'd mentioned the clean engineering and all the changes that you see in our culture, how can you speak towards that constant need for evolution and innovation of, honestly, the importance of engineering and how it constantly evolves?
Yes. So technology is growing rapidly, and it has been for a while. And it's important that we have individuals who can not only finish that degree, but keep growing their skill sets. I would say a lot of today's mid-career engineers are working on things that they had not learned when they were in college because it's technologies that didn't exist when they were in college. So over the span of a potentially 40-year career, an engineer is going to see a whole lot of things and have to keep on learning new things over and over again. And I think with technology such as what's at TCCI and other industries locally, they can learn that and grow their careers.
That's cool. That's really cool. I like that you're even giving the employees, like you said, even people within these careers, a way to, you know, upscale their skill set and to continue learning. Man, I tell you what, I know I can be pretty ignorant whenever things shift technology-wise. I couldn't imagine if my job required it out of me without the help.
Yes.
You know, without the training, without the help, without knowing necessarily what you're doing. You know, I was talking the other day to someone how just in the past 15 years, how much technology has changed. But I think staying curious about it and helping create the partnerships and the accessibility. Because, you know, whenever I was growing up, I feel like engineering was just for smart people. You hear engineering and it can sound almost intimidating because, you know, it does require a certain skill set. It does require a certain way of thinking. But I like how you guys are, sounds like, trying to create accessibility and open doors and opportunities to kind of train anybody in it.
Yes.
So what would you say to somebody who is considering engineering or would think about going into a program or a skill set like this?
Well, I would say that yes, an engineering degree is tough. It is no surprise. It's the full calculus sequence. It's statics, dynamics, physics, chemistry, a whole lot of hard subjects.
Right.
But there are jobs locally that start off without that level yet. There are positions at a place like TCCI where a 2-year engineering technology degree, it's still challenging, but you learn more of the hands-on skills, you learn how things work, and you can grow right away. And then in time, the engineering degree can still happen. You can still work on those harder skill sets down the road, but there's opportunities right away with a 2-year education to walk into the field. And because the field keeps evolving and people have long careers, there's still time to learn those harder skill sets at a more comfortable pace and potentially grow further with the bachelor's degree and the full engineering degree, and then larger, higher up positions on the back end.
Man, I really like that. I didn't know until this conversation and some of the things that even with just a 2-year training program, you can at least get an entry level into some of this. And I think that can even speak towards like job security, and not just job security, but growth within your job too, right? Because I think that whenever you're young and you're considering your possibilities, sometimes there can be this tension between how long am I in school, yet I need something to get me money and to start a life and to start. So it sounds like you can kind of do both within what you guys are creating here, and even once they get into those places, they can continue to grow, like you said, and explain that. So have you had let me back up a little bit first. When did this partnership start?
So the TCCI partnership began around 2022.
Okay.
We've been, I think the biggest part of it was the facility, which took a while to plan, put together. And then in the meantime, we've been working with locally at Richland with making sure that our course offerings fit with what the demand is.
Okay.
We also have built partnerships with a number of universities throughout Illinois to make sure that there are better transfer options for engineering students and engineering tech students to go into that bachelor's degree. We already had a solid program with our associate in engineering science.
Yeah.
This is a 2-year degree that is built towards that 4-year engineering program. It was designed exclusively with the University of Illinois in mind, although a student could not go to the U of I with that same degree. They can go elsewhere.
Okay.
So we already had that in place, but we also wanted to make sure that these partner universities, that we also have other options. So if somebody does finish the 2-year engineering tech degree, they're in industry, so they have options to go further and finish their degree with one of our other universities to grow their education.
Okay.
So that was a big part of it as well. And then now that the facility is finished, we are now filling the facility with our courses, whether that be some courses towards the 4-year degree, or in some cases, we have some short-term trainings through our Enrich program that get people some skill sets in a short amount of time that are at TCCI.
Okay. How has the receptivity been with the students that have been going through it? Have you found, honestly, much interest, much understanding around it?
I think once they see the facility and they see what it's about, they're showing interest in it. I think many people might think of TCCI as a place that they drive past on 22nd Street. And then when they go inside.
Kind of hidden back there.
Yes, and I myself thought the same thing. I'm a native and didn't think much of it until I walked into the building. When they go into the building and they see what's there, they realize that there's a lot of opportunity here.
How do you go out and kind of educate the public that this opportunity is here?
I think through just showing people that there are jobs, that's despite what they may think, there are some good, well-paying jobs with our industry.
Yeah.
And to show them that they should step in and see what's available, and they can do it.
Right. Honestly, like you had said earlier, there is plenty of job opportunities around here. Whenever you think of the industries, of what's available around here. And I love that Richland is doing its best to really try to create a pipeline and a conveyor belt for people. that it's not as intimidating as you think. And it doesn't require so many years out of you, but let's educate you, build you up, give you a skill set, and we can get you right into a placement here in the city, right? I just think that's incredible. I love the partnerships that you guys are creating. And I am also curious, you had mentioned, I want to go back to this. You had talked about high schoolers going into some of this. Do you guys do a program or kind of like a show and tell with high schoolers as well?
We are working on something. So right now, college-wide, about 40% of our enrollment are high school students.
Oh, okay.
So we already have a large population to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had successful programs for degree completion with the Associate of Arts degree.
Okay.
We have students who are in high school and thinking about STEM careers already have opportunities to complete dual credit through Richland.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that in place already, and we are working on pathways that give students an opportunity to look at STEM careers and take some coursework either at TCCI or at Richland with TCCI's involvement to show them this opportunity. I think if we have high schoolers who are thinking about this kind of career, if they can see before they leave high school that there is a place here in town where these kind of jobs do exist, I think that does help them to see other options. Mm-hmm. And it's not just TCCI. There's plenty of industry around here that are looking for these kind of careers and looking for our graduates to come back and grow their companies.
Well, I think that's great. I would have loved to visit something like that in high school.
Yes, for sure.
Honestly, in high school, I feel like just exposure and experience really helps broaden your horizon around the possibilities that are really out there.
Yes.
You know, so I love hearing about that. I appreciate you guys coming on the show. And from your title, we'll probably have you back for a few of the different programs that you guys are doing out there.
Yes, looking forward to it.
Yeah. Thank you very much.